Mitch, there are other points of distribution that we want our residents to know about.
Yeah, absolutely. And when something like this to this magnitude happens, all the resources are called in to make sure that people have the resources to survive. And so we want to join the National Guard right now to talk a little bit about the resources and talk a little bit about what you guys are doing down here. First off, thank you both for everything that you're doing down here. Where, I guess the resources, that's probably the biggest thing that people want to know at this point. Where can people get the food, water, if there's ice, that kind of thing?
I don't know the...
We're told something off of Tyndall Parkway,
yes.
Right?
It's 225 Tyndall Parkway. We're giving away MREs and water. As people come by, we're going to be there from sun up to sundown. And if there's a curfew, then until the curfew.
Tell me a little bit about all of the resources that are down here, because obviously we've heard reports of looting, we've heard reports of other crimes taking place. So all of these law enforcement agencies, including the National Guards, come in to try and keep the peace and then ultimately try and restore as soon as possible.
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely one big humanitarian effort. It's been great. The National Guard and local law enforcement agencies from all over the state of Florida, as well as other private companies from all over the state of Florida, as well as out of the state of Florida, are all working together to help provide security operations, to prevent looting, humanitarian operations, to pass out food and water to, the people that need it, and as well as route clearing operations, because there are people still currently now that can't even get out of their homes because there's trees falling down in the middle of the street and stuff like that. So it's kind of great for everybody to come out here together and work as one team.
Can you talk about what, from your experience in the National Guard, your experience just, in life, how is this storm different than the other disasters you guys have been on, or whoever would like to answer?
Well, I've been in the National Guard for almost 10 years now. This is my fourth hurricane, I believe. This one, for me, has had the most devastation. Just riding by, seeing buildings completely having the roof torn off or don't have the front of them. To me, this is going to take a lot of work for recovery, but everybody's working together and we're here to help.
What about you? From just the larger scale?
Larger scale is the biggest thing, I think, is that the storms are unpredictable, because I think we all can remember that when Hurricane Michael first started, it came in as a Category 1, and then overnight it turned into a Category 4. So it's really, what we try to do here in the National Guard is we try to prepare for the worst, hope for the best, if you will. And I think for the most part we've done that since we've been here.
I think that what's really important to note is all the positivity, from people coming out really outweighs all the negative stuff.
Absolutely.
That's happening.
Absolutely. We've had, it's amazing. This is an amazing community here of how people have just, they've literally lost their lives overnight. The people have just definitely expressed their gratitude towards us and stuff, and it makes us, feel a lot better and makes us feel more important in our jobs as well.
Have you guys heard of any kind of time frame of just getting power back on or anything like that from EOC that's kind of been trickled down from you guys?
We have seen a lot of cell phone providers, and we have seen FPL trucks and stuff like that coming in, and I know that they're diligently working right now. As far as a timeline, I can't give you a timeline on that. No, sir.
Way too early. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I know there's tons of work that you guys have to do. Thank you again.